Johnny. What's up, folks? It's Johnny Mitchell. Welcome back to the program. I hope you're doing well out there. It's blazing hot, and I have an insane man living in my building. For the past 2 weeks, I've had a schizophrenic, mentally ill man who lives in my building, bringing in homeless people, crackheads, prostitutes, and yesterday he threatened to shoot me with a gun. So the police were called, and they asked, well, did you see a gun? I said, no. And they said, well, there's nothing we can do then. And then they drove off. So there goes the neighborhood, guys. I mean, can we find a happy medium between fucking knees on necks and lawlessness? I mean, can we? That's how things are in the city. I kind of got that. When that happened yesterday with this fucking tenant, I sort of get the exodus from California and from the cities at that point. You know what I mean? And I did tell this guy, hey, look, if you get any closer, he's this like 55-year-old gay guy, right? And he starts screaming in my face. He's like, you're trying to get me evicted, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, and there, there's a witness there. There's like a young woman who lives in the building trying to like calm him down. She's like a young, wet behind the ears, liberal, fucking idealistic girl. And I was like, Mark, I'm going to put you on the ground. That's just what I told him. I looked him in the face and I said, if you don't lower your voice, I'm going to put you on the ground. A very benign threat. So he calls the cops, and on a recorded police line, he says, and I quote, I have a gun. I will go to the trunk, and if John doesn't watch it, I'm going to pop him one. Thanks. Oh, pop me one. Thanks, 1968. He said that on a recorded police line.
Wow. The
cop showed up, and I said, well, look, I'm no snitch, but now that we're snitching on each other, I mean, he did threaten to shoot me in the face. Oh, you can't. That's not even a felony. That's not even a misdemeanor. Okay, gotcha. Well, I guess we'll all go back inside. He lives 2 doors down from me, and I got a guy that wants to shoot me in the face. So let's make this a good episode, Danny boy, because it might be el último.
Wow, does that mean last in Spanish?
God, you're fucking quick. God, you're fucking smart. Usted es muy inteligente. So I have that, and then of course you see this cop, a video of this cop in Wisconsin fucking coming up behind a guy trying to get into his car, and they shoot him 7 times in the head. It's like on either end of the spectrum, cops are fucking useless. Mm-hmm. Do we have any law enforcement listening to the program? You are useless. You are useless. Go be a bouncer. Go be a bouncer. Go train pit bulls. Go be the end of the bar drunk. You are useless. I mean, if these cops had pulled out a gun and shot me 7 times in the face, at least you're taking action. At least you're doing something. Cops are morons. And again, it's because you're hiring Irish and Italian people to be law enforcement. I've long said the worst of the whites. The ruin of this country, Italians and Irish and Serbs. Wow. I mean, it's just unbelievable. So that's what's going on with me. It's things are good. What I'm trying to tell you is things are good.
You're living on the edge, man.
I want to get right into this. There's been kind of a nasty rumor. I'd almost call it yellow journalism, old school libel going around the internet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Have you heard this? So it's in mostly liberal circles, but even conservatives are kind of picking up, are kind of perpetuating this narrative that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC, is hot. Like, oh, she's a hottie. Like, oh, she's fucking fine. Even Trump was like, she's a pretty girl. I want her to shut her mouth, but she's a pretty girl. Folks, I'm here to fucking give you a reality check. She's pretty for a smart girl. She's pretty in the way that compared to Elizabeth Warren and Janet Reno, yeah, she's a fucking 10. Guys, she's a nerdy chick with a decent set of fucking cannons. You know what I mean? She's got a decent hang on a set of titties. That's it, though. I mean, look at that. She's not.
I think she's nice looking.
She's exactly. That's what your mom would say.
She's pleasant.
She's nice looking.
If that's all we're judging her on, then yeah, I think she's nice looking.
Listen to me. If AOC was hot, she would not be in government. She would not be this successful. She's a smart girl. She's a smart girl because she's not that hot. If she was a hot Puerto Rican chick from the Bronx, let's get right into the stereotypes. She'd be rapping. She'd be stripping to try to, as a day job to try to become a rapper. Okay? Or she'd be dating a dude named give me a Puerto Rican name. She'd be dating a dude named Curtis, and she'd fucking have a couple of kids, and she'd be schlepping them back and forth to the fucking corner for pupusa. Okay? She's not hot, so let's just desist with that. Okay? Kelsey, she's a 5. She's. I mean, okay. I guess if we're talking, if she's in Dayton, Ohio, sure. Like there she goes. When she's got some makeup on, when she's curled her hair a little bit, when she's not smiling because she has a busted grill, she has fucked up teeth. You know what I mean? When she smiles, it's like Can you imagine getting head from that, from those shark teeth? Shred your cock, dude. Shred your cock. Shred my cock. Ow, I need Neosporin. Why, sweetie? Your shark teeth shredded my cock. And look, I like her. I agree with a lot of her policies. The liberal commie fuck that she is. You know? I think she makes a lot of sense. I think she's the future. But if you want to get a piece in there, you get what's her name? Tulsi Gabbard?
Tulsi Gabbard.
Tulsi Gabbard. And she's probably the hot, and she, she's probably the best you're going to get if you want an actual a woman that could walk into the Comedy Store on the Sunset Strip and people are like, "Ooh, that bitch is bad," right? And even she's aging out. So calm down, people. Okay? Yeah, she's hot, dude. Look at that. Yeah, AOC's hot in the way that like, chicks in a feminist studies class at Brown University or at Tufts are like, oh my God, she is literally so pretty. That AOC's hot the way Michelle Obama is hot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For politics. Hey, compared to Barbara Bush, compared to most women that have been in the political arena, yes, these chicks are beautiful. Okay? That's because we're putting them up next to absolute swamp donkeys.
Mitch McConnell.
What about Mitch McConnell?
I mean, next to Mitch McConnell, anybody looks like it. Sure.
Well, that's a dude, but yeah, Janet Reno looks like Mitch McConnell is hotter than Janet Reno. Mitch McConnell is as good looking as Hillary Clinton. There's no question, dude. Look at it. She's cross-eyed. She's is Tulsi Gabbard attractive? I can't tell. She is, but they're weird. I don't know, but there's like a masculine. She's got this kind of masculine Hawaiian kind of, Joe Rogan. I like to surf. Our invasion of Iraq was an international war crime. It's like she's a little butch. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I would fuck AOC. You know what I mean? But can you imagine the sex with her? Like, she has a boyfriend, a white guy. Big surprise there. What do you think sex with AOC is like? What do you think her boyfriend? He probably doesn't get on top, right? Because he thinks it's like a power dynamic. He's probably like this. Okay, you be AOC and you tell, and I'm AOC's boyfriend. He's a long-haired, gender studies major, I'm sure.
Can I be chewing?
No.
Okay.
No. You want to start. You want me to make love to you. What do you say? What's the first thing that comes to mind?
What's his name?
His name is go back to Wikipedia.
No, I mean just make something up.
We'll call him Jimmy.
All right, let's call him Jimmy. Hey Jimmy, let's get to this. Let's start by you going to the bedroom. Okay, let's start there, Jimmy.
Are we doing what I think we're doing?
Yeah, Jimmy. So what I'm going to need from you is I'm going to need you to go into the bedroom, and I'm going to need you to lie down. Let's start there, okay?
Okay. Listen, baby, if we're going to have sex, that's fine, but just know that all sex is inherently violent, and I just want to say from the beginning that that makes me a rapist.
Please
and
go
I
into the
apologize.
fucking bedroom. Let's
Okay,
start there.
okay, sweetie.
Let's start there.
Okay. Do you want to tie my hands behind my back?
Just go into the bedroom.
Okay.
We'll start there.
Okay. I'm in the bedroom.
I don't want to role play with you, John.
Can we turn the lights off? He wants the lights turned off. He's the kind of cuck that wants to fuck his girlfriend with the big tits
Yeah.
with the lights off.
I don't like that.
And she probably gets on. She's like, hit me. He's like, baby, there's not a chance. There is not a chance. For too long in this country, he goes off on on feminist tangents.
Oh, of course. She's the type of woman that I feel like that's an archetype. The woman in power likes to, kind of be
Right,
the dude in the
right.
bedroom.
But he won't do it. He won't do it.
No.
Yeah, look. So guys, I mean, are we almost out of this nightmare? I don't know. I'm showing an apartment the other day, okay? All I have to say is if you're overly paranoid about COVID, if you're the kind of motherfucker that wants me to wear a mask while you have a mask on and while I am across the room from you,
Mm-hmm.
You're getting taken for a ride. You're getting taken for a ride, okay? Because listen to me. After November, no matter who wins the election, you are going to see COVID propaganda, which now dominates, which is political news, by the way. It's not just news. It is political news. You're going to see all of that start to get pushed to the back burner, even if Trump wins. It's being politicized. But motherfuckers are so stupid that they fall for it. I'm showing an apartment the other day, right? Yes, that's what I do for extra money. I have an OnlyFans and I rent apartments, okay? I'm showing an apartment to this woman. She's got the doctor's mask on and the face shield. She shows up. I'm like, this fucking bitch. I'm already
what age
off.
group are we talking about?
Whatever. She's a white woman in her 30s.
Okay.
Wow, what a shock. A white woman in her 30s can't get off MSNBC. Anyways, she shows up, and I'm like, oh, yeah, come on up. Follow me upstairs. And already I can see her kind of like getting taken aback, like she's offended by something. Hasn't even heard my comedy, certainly hasn't read my book. And she goes, John, I would feel more comfortable if you pulled your mask all the way up over your nose. I was like, get a bat to the head. Take a bat to the head. Take a bat to the head and then put it upright and sit on it. Sit on it.
The bat.
You want double mask?
Yeah.
That's like putting two condoms on.
Yeah.
That's like putting a condom on your dick and then the chick's like, okay, now I'm going to put on my condom. Now I'm going to put in my dental dam. What are we doing here, guys? Are we going to let the Chinese win? Are we going to let the Chinese communists win? God damn it. God fucking damn it. I fucking hate all of you people. I hate you. Unless you've bought my book. If you've bought my book and you've given me a shout out, I am so eternally grateful. And if you're listening to this podcast and you haven't bought my book, just know that you can go to Amazon or barnesandnoble.com or any place that sells books. And you can pick up Days of the Trap. It's selling very well. And my friend Tim's mom called it, quote, shocking and appalling. Now, that's reminds we got news from the home front. Shout out Spencer Hill, my good buddy from Portland, C Goods. Go check out his music. He just had a kid today.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah, he had a kid with his wife, his fiance, a white woman.
Nice.
So, racist. That's all I have to say about that.
Is he a white guy?
No, he's a black guy. He's a black guy.
Well, that's fine then.
I mean, and his sister, black, also kids with a white man. So, racist. I'd say racist, imperialistic, and offensive, evil. A crime against humanity. You are taking black out of your seed and you're mixing it with white. That is inherently violent, and you are on notice. So congrats to my buddy Spencer. He's really happy about that. My good friend who I will not name on this podcast because he is a lot less happy with the kid he's about to have. Yeah, it was an ex. It was an ex. Yeah, she came for 1 week during the July 4th weekend. One benign week. 1 week of sun and fun and fuck. That's right. But she's got a little Latin in her. And my friend has got good, healthy sperm. My friend has got good, healthy swimmers. Bam. The bitch is up the duff. Up the duff. So now he's moving to Santa Barbara to be with her. He's moving to Santa Barbara to be with her because, and this is a smart guy. This is not, this guy doesn't work at a cement factory. You know what I mean? This is an upwardly mobile, fucking works from anywhere, makes, high six figures. And, but he's got his nose open for this broad. What can I say? He's always had his nose open for this broad. She's tugging at his heartstrings left and right. And now he's going to get what he deserves. Now he's going to, he's got a.
Well, now's the time to leave.
That's what I told him, but he's not that kind of guy. You know what I mean?
Well, good for him.
This is what I think, and he is not a man of the faith. He is not a man of the cloth. He is a godless sinner. He is he is an atheist. He is a Jew, and I will say this, friend whose name I will not speak. If she loses this baby, if that fetus dies, I think you owe it to your Lord and Savior to fucking get to church and thank him. You know what I mean? God, I hate arrogant atheists. Yeah. How about this? It seems far-fetched, but anything's possible. There, we're done. Religion's gay. There. Yeah, we agree.
Sensible.
God. All right. So we talk about pedophilia a lot on this program.
It's my favorite topic.
I can't get enough of it.
Can we talk about it again, please?
I don't know, Dan. I don't know. Do you think they deserve it? Do you think the fans out there deserve it? Do you think our listeners deserve it?
Just one more week.
Well, we'll start off with the PG-13 stuff. Bill Clinton, very interesting. So photos, of course, I'm sure you've heard by now. Photos of Bill Clinton have leaked from 2002 when he was on Epstein's plane. And I think, on Epstein's plane and getting ready to get on his plane with one of his victims on the Lolita Express. And Bill Clinton, former President Clinton, was getting a back massage from which one? Shantae Davies. There you go. She's gotten fat since. Again, I've long said that that's one of his biggest crimes. She should be suing. She should be trying to take the fucking farm for that. Former President Bill Clinton, overjoyed to be getting a back rub. And boy, does he look. Let's see, what does that say? What does the caption say? Bill Clinton sits back in chair. Go back up, Dan. Go back up. Bill Clinton sits back. Would you stop? Bill Clinton sits back in a chair as he receives a neck massage from an alleged victim of Jeffrey Epstein. Former President Bill Clinton grins with clear joy as he gets a massage from a Jeffrey Epstein accuser after a flight on the pedophile's Lolita Express personal jet. Keep going down. Da-da-da.
Shout out to the New York Post for not missing words at all.
I love the New York Post. Okay, the New York Post, a thinly veiled racist newspaper out of New York. I mean, these motherfuckers are so slanted, they should have scoliosis. And they're always talking about the shootings in New York, and they're like, more bloodshed in Brooklyn. 18 shot, 1 dead. Like they just smear the black community. I fucking love it. But they go hard against Jeffrey Epstein, and Bill Clinton. Anything that leans left, they go after. So Bill Clinton's getting a massage. This is what I find interesting. This is what the most. Now it's really no surprise at this point. But what is interesting about this article is the fact that Shantae Davies is 22 at the time. Yeah. So she is actually this is years later. So I didn't realize that she kept fucking with Epstein when she became of age.
Oh yeah, for years.
Okay, I had no idea.
Yeah.
So, and is that because she felt? Is that because she was getting paid? Is that
Yeah, the whole thing was that she wanted to be like
a masseuse?
a
right?
masseuse. Yeah.
What a garbage bag, by the way. My dream is to be a masseuse. Well, in 6 weeks through Everest College, you too can become a masseuse that makes $13 an hour. No wonder they saw you coming. Okay, if I was a if I ran a international child sex trafficking ring and you told me your goal in life was to give back rubs, I'd be like, oh, it's like this is an easy one today. We'll go to lunch after this, Ghislaine. Yeah, oh no, we got one. She's gonna stay with us too. But what's interesting about this picture is that she never accused Bill Clinton of doing anything. Did you know that? So Clinton is fucking slippery, dude.
Yeah.
Bubba is slippery because she, and I believe Shanti because she could have said Clinton raped her, right? She could have implicated Clinton in all of this. Everybody would have believed her,
Right.
Because we all believe her now. All of her stories are checking out about Little St. James and all this shit, right? All this shit about Epstein. She could have gone ahead and said, yeah, Bill Clinton fucked me too, right? She hasn't. She actually said she had nothing but nice things to say about Bill Clinton. I think she actually said, end quote, he was the perfect gentleman. Well, you were 22, bitch. No shit. You were already too old. You didn't meet him when you were 15, okay? I mean, you were geriatrics by that age, okay?
Torn up.
But anyways, doesn't matter. Bill Clinton is a Democrat, and what's important is that we get Trump out, and all the world's problems are fixed, are solved. My dad watches fucking MSNBC. He gets visibly furious when I try to bring this shit up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm like, Dad, Biden is also, his son sits on the board of a Russian oligarch's company too. No, Dad, there's a picture of it. But Trump and his cronies. No, but Dad, Joe Biden's son sits on the board of a Russian oligarch's company just like Trump. The only difference is they're just smarter about it, which is almost even more sinister and evil. I bring up the fact that we might be overstating the effects of COVID, right? Because there's a 0.4 death rate.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
very low.
0.4 death rate, and he basically accuses me of being Candace Owens. You know what I mean? Dad, there's a 0.4 death rate from COVID. Oh, so you're excusing slavery? Okay, Dad. Well.
It is amazing how.
I'll see you for Thanksgiving.
It is amazing how quickly it became politicized.
I mean, the reach, the way the two sides reach, and the Republicans, the right is just as retarded. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like somebody would see me going after political correctness in comedy, and I'll get DMs from like alt-right people. I'm like, no. Liberalism. Classic liberalism. Being a classic liberal is defending free speech. Old school Democrats, old school liberals. Peoria, Illinois, 1973. Marched side by side with the Ku Klux Klan. Not because they liked them, because that is, if you want to have free speech in this society, the burden, the baseline is defending hate speech. If you're only defending the speech that you like, there is no that's not free speech. Free speech is the benchmark is horrible things. So, anyways, who's the hottest Epstein victim? Let's talk about that real quick.
I think it's her. I think for sure.
No, she was hot back in the day, and I hate to do this. For all female listeners, I hate to do this, but that's kind of what we do on this show. So I want to say it's the other Australian chick who was kind of taller.
Yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about? She kind of has fang teeth. She kind of has the AOC thing going, but she's hot, dude. She looks like the comedian Sarah Lawrence. I texted Sarah that. You know what I'm talking about? God, she was a piece.
Great. Hey, everyone. I'm Joe Biden's husband. As you heard tonight.
Yes. Yeah. And that guy is getting the nuclear secrets. Let me hear that again.
Hey, everyone. I'm Joe Biden's husband. As you heard tonight, excuse me, you can see why she's the love of my life.
Jill and Joe. I get it. You could tell in the middle. He because he can't pronounce words.
Yeah.
So you can tell he was going for Jill,
Yeah.
but he couldn't get the vowels. He couldn't get the syllable sound. Like he couldn't get his mouth to close to say ill at the end of J. So he just said, Joe. I'm Jill Biden's husband.
It's the classic grandpa, like, says the wrong word and yells at himself, but he's on camera, so he can't yell at himself.
Right. Yeah. I mean, if this guy is not getting fed his meals, if this guy is not taking his meals in liquid form 2 years into his presidency, I will have made a grave misjudgment. I mean, this motherfucker is legitimately he's legitimately an old man.
I'm Joe Biden's husband.
Yo, but they're such fucking snakes, dude. They're such fucking politicians. She just smiles. That's a trained first lady. She didn't fucking bat an eyelash when he dropped her name, dude. Wow. Okay, cool. So let's get back to rape. So I came across this documentary and thinking about. So here's the thing. This piqued my interest. It's very obvious that the United States government. Would you mind? She is fucking hot. I take it back. She might be the hottest one, but find me the other one. It's no secret that America has cozied up next to, the most evil people in the world to advance its national interest since World War II, right? That was, the Soviets, so there was some justification there, right? Shout out Soviet Union. They're the ones who actually won the war. America was Nazi sympathizing throughout the whole thing. Anyways, that aside, we all kind of know that, right? Afghanistan. So Trump has been threatening to pull us out of Afghanistan since he took office, right? As soon as he takes us out of Afghanistan, in 2 days, this is according to accredited journalists, the fucking CIA reports, all of it. As soon as he takes us out of Afghanistan, that country is going to fall to the Taliban, okay? Like literally the Taliban has the capital and all of like the major towns close to the capital. The Taliban has them circled.
Yeah.
The Taliban has them surrounded. As soon as the last of our forces leave there, they're going to march in, and that will be that. Now, at first look, you're like, okay, the Taliban's evil. They didn't have anything to do with 9/11, to their credit, but they stone women to death. Not TikTokers, unfortunately. But although they will be getting TikTok over there, so there could be some new Sharia law going in. Okay. Here's the facts, though. Here's the facts. The Northern Alliance and our allies in the war against the Taliban since the year 2001 are boy fuckers. And boy, are they fucking young boys. And when I say fucking young boys, I don't even say it with a shred of hyperbole. The Northern Alliance and the warlords that the United States is married to in this fight against the Taliban are the opium growers and organized pedophile runners, pedophiles. They organize. I can't even remember what the name of it's called. Like it's I can't even remember what the Afghani phrase is.
Yeah.
But it literally means boys dancing. So I was listening to Kurt Metzger's podcast, and he had this guy, Ben, I can't remember his name, he's a journalist. He broke the story on Vice News back when Vice was good, called This Is What Winning Looks Like. You should check it out, though. It's fucking incredible. He goes to Iraq and basically shows
Explores
us
war-torn Iraq.
what it really looks like,
Yeah.
right? This is what winning looks like. They put me onto this documentary called Dancing Boys. Anybody can go watch it on YouTube. It is about the way that grown men, always powerful men too. These are the business owners. These are the warlords. These are the opium growers. The opium growers, by the way, that America and their allies defend from the Taliban, who want to eradicate the source of 95% of the heroin in the world. They make sure that their crop stays defended. So they're defending these opium growers. These opium growers are also fucking running young boys. They kidnap these boys, right?
Yeah.
Meaning they just fucking drive down the street. They'll see a young boy like in front of his father's shop, and everybody's fucking poor.
Right.
And the parents will literally be like, yeah, I mean, they're going to pay for singing lessons. I mean, you got to go, kid. They'll pick these boys up. They rear them. They teach them how to fucking dance. They put rouge on them, okay? And then they fucking they basically have them dance for they have little clubs where all the kind of well-to-do Afghani men get together and watch while these boys dressed up like girls, trans, very progressive, I have to say. You have to give these guys something. Way ahead of us on transgender rights. You know what I mean? They have no problem with cross-dressing, all right? Then they will rent these boys out, and they will fuck these boys. And the Taliban put a stop to this practice when they took over in whenever that was, right? The early 2000s.
Yeah.
Before we went in there, they put a stop to this. They were like, no more fucking poppy production, no more fucking young boys. I mean, look,
so no more fun.
Yeah, exactly. Look, I don't mean to be a party pooper. They're like, guys. I know. We're just old-fashioned stiffs, and we know you guys are young and hip, and you like to produce 95% of the world's heroin, and you like to rape and many times kill young boys. We're gonna put a stop to that. Oh, the boys are coming, the American boys. Okay, let's retreat for 20 years. Until a guy named DT comes in and says, we're getting out of there. So play this shit. So this is a guy, this is like a fixer. This is like a guy that he organizes these kind of dances, right? So they'll find these boys at starting at age like 10 or 11. And they'll raise them. They'll give them like singing lessons. They'll give them dancing lessons. They hire professionals to show them how to. They're basically like boy strippers, right? Because there's no broads there.
Yeah.
There's no broads. All the broads are wearing beekeeper uniforms. All the broads are wearing masks, just like us. Okay. 2 years from now, if this mask wearing continues, Dancing Boys, America. Dancing Boys, LA. No more Dancing with the Stars. Dancing with the Boys. All right, play it. Okay, so he's talking about, keep playing it. He's talking about bringing police officers to the gathering, to the dancing. So it's corrupt from the lowest level all the way up. Okay, so here's one of the boys that they've recruited. And so I watched this documentary. This guy is like apparently like a blue chip dancer. He's like the hot new guy. You know what I mean? He might be 18 years old. And I gotta hand it to him. These Afghani people are good looking. Like Afghani chicks, if you meet them in the United States, they're hot, you know? And these are good looking boys. Like there's no doubt about it. Now look at this guy. His name's Imam. No, he's 15. He's been dancing for 4 years. All right? They're putting him in bells. They're putting bells around his fucking wrists and arms. Look at this guy. You make me want to lose control, he says. This grown man with a family who used to be part of the military, by the way. This guy was a high-ranking member of the military who fought with the United States against the Taliban.
And then he found his true calling.
They put these boys in rouge. Look at he's putting all the makeup on. My family has very little money. I can't support them. I have to do this. No, just wait. He's about to fucking hit the stage, dude. These guys are performers, man.
This reminds me of like Lady Gaga on show night.
Yeah, it's almost the same thing. Look, he's dressed like an Afghani woman, like at a wedding in some like remote village. He's got like the big it's like a shawl or something over his head. Look at now he's going in, and there's a room, there's a group of men, and one guy's got like the Afghani guitar, whatever the fuck instrument that is. And look he's spinning around, dancing like a broad. He's dancing like a young girl. But he's a boy, dude. He's a boy, and these old men dressed like typical, like his lips are so tender. It's good though. He's touching the boy with his cotton clothes. Look at,
They're just
where do you live
entranced.
so I can get to know your dad?
What the fuck?
Oh boy, you've set your lover on fire. Yeah, Rafi, and this guy's Rafi, dancing boy trainer. He's the one that like plays the guitar, teaches him how to fucking dance and shit. And so what they do is they charge the men who are coming to watch him, right? So they charge money like an entrance fee. It's a business. Wow. It's a racket, you know what I mean? Wow. I'm heading towards the river and I'm so drunk. I love the lyrics. I'll either reach my lover or drown in the river.
It's fucking so sad.
What fucking gay lyrics, dude. Fuck, you got to give it to America. Up until TikTok, we did entertainment the best. Look at it now. Old men, these warlords, are getting up and they basically auction this boy off. They basically auction him off. So pause it for a sec.
Oh my God.
So what happens is, look at there's old gross men reaching out and wiping the sweat off this boy's face and like oogling him and shit. So basically what they'll do is they'll auction on this boy and then he will become like their boy toy. These are grown men with families.
Yeah.
And they'll just every now and then they'll just get together with this boy and, fuck his ass. And
then set him on fire.
Well, and that's what they were saying is a lot of these boys, they end up getting killed because they'll be like, people will go to war for them. Like it'll be like turf war.
Yeah.
Like it's a kilo of coke.
Right.
I'll do a home invasion and fucking kill you. But instead of a kilo, it's a nice boy named Amat with a 15-year-old boy's mustache. Like one of those little thin and they get a military general talking to the camera in this documentary. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, no, this is normal. It's like having it would be like in this country having a membership to like a tennis club. Do you know what I mean? It's kind of a sign of affluence.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, did you hear about the little boy Ted got? Yeah. No, he's hairless. He's hairless. Can you believe that? No, mine has a cleft lip. So anyways, those are the where are we at?
40.
Jesus, time fucking flies when you're killing. So the point is, the world gets very tricky. The world gets very tricky and it gets very complicated. Just because you hate Donald Trump, right? Just because you hate the Taliban, at what point do the ends not justify the means anymore? You know what I mean? Like at what point does eradicating, a radical Muslim, terrorist group, at what point does the evil of the men you're working with outweigh the evil that they do? I don't know. But at a certain point, we're going to have to come to some kind of an agreement because that's not going away. Radical terrorism not going away. And just like the drug war isn't going away. Mm. So if you go watch The Last Narc, the CIA was involved in the torture and murder of a DEA agent who was investigating Mexican cartels. Do you want to know why? Because the Mexican cartels were working with the Nicaraguan arms traffickers who were anti-communists. This was in the 80s. Okay?
This is a skinny man. He killed what was the guy's name? The DEA
He
agent?
was a Cuban guy. He's free and he's living in Miami.
Yeah.
So they killed Kiki Camarena. Go
yeah.
watch The Last Narc. So, and this is when the Mexican president was getting free kilos of coke shipped to him by the drug traffickers. Every month they would send him free kilos of coke, like like a care package. And this is the same guy who's got his arm around Ronald Reagan in photo ops.
Yeah.
So just remember that. Just remember that, Dad. The world gets very tricky. It gets very complicated. And in the fight for good, you have to decide how much evil you're willing to accept. Because things get very, very tricky. All right. Last thing we're going to talk about today, we're going to have some fun with it. We're going to talk about Hollywood. Now, first of all, I want to shout out the TikTokers. I want to shout out the people that do reels. Those are TikTokers essentially. You are not. Don't let anybody call you a prostitute. Don't let anybody call you a whore. Don't let anybody call you a stripper. You do not use your bodies to make money. You do not. I mean, you show your tits and then you plug your OnlyFans. But listen, you are better than the common street whore. Okay. You are a creator. You are creating content. You are writing song. Oh no, they're not your songs. Oh, damn it. You are singing. You're not singing them either. You are lip syncing a song written and performed by somebody else for 8 seconds while you show your tits. You are a feminist. You are a creator. You are an artist. You are not the same as a common street hooker. You are not using your body to make money, and I respect you. We're going to talk about Cameo. I mean, is Hollywood not dead as your grandmother's tits, or is Hollywood not as dead as your grandmother's cunt? You can go on Cameo, celebrities, and I put that you can get Montel Jordan. Montel Jordan was, can we agree, the biggest star for about 2 years in the 90s?
Yeah, because of one song.
But it was a smash.
Oh,
it was the Christmas Day of songs. You can get him to wish you a happy birthday for $100. $100. He will shout out your fucking fat husband that works at the Hungry Man factory in Toledo, Ohio. Montel Jordan will, for a mere C note, Montel Jordan will fucking shout you out. Dude. I mean, it's like, why would you not?
You can get Weebay for $100.
I'd much rather have Weebay fucking shout me out than fucking Montel Jordan. You know what I'm talking about, man. Johnny Mitchell, man. I fucking digs the podcast, bro. Happy birthday. I blew all my wire checks, you know what I'm saying? So I'm fucking back here. I'm living off of food stamps. So while I'm doing Grubhub, I'm doing all right, yo. You know what I'm saying? I just want to wish you a happy birthday. Shout out for the fucking Benjamin, because I'm 58 years old. I can't go back to this street shit, although I'm motherfucking well, you know what I'm saying? Who else we got?
Shout out to Mariano Rivera.
Mariano
for having
Rivera.
Some decency.
I mean, Mariano Rivera lives back in Panama, where the cost of living is about a seventh of what it is in America, and he probably made $50 million on the low end.
Yeah.
He didn't have a lot of endorsements, but he played for a very long time
At a high level.
He probably made, at minimum, we can say after everything, he probably made $50 million in his career.
Yeah.
What does he need more money for? That's what's so fascinating about it.
Well,
You can get him to shout you out in his broken English. He will shout your birthday out for $750.
He's net worth $90 million.
$90 million. Okay, so those things are always over a bit, but you get the point. I mean, hello, John. Soy Mariano Rivera. I want just to say a happy birthday. You don't get a lot of them left, You only go around this crazy dance called life and earth once. And so, I just want to say that you stay safe. You keep wearing your mask. You do whatever you have to do. Listen, man, I got 3 baby mamas, and they took me for half of everything. So that's why I'm here wishing you a feliz cumpleaños. Y todo respeto a Dios. And go Yankees. Who else? Ghostface Killer, $250.
I would.
That's an easy plug, dude. I'm literally going to buy this for somebody, right? Cedric the Entertainer, I wouldn't pay you $150 to give me a private comedy show. Anyways, overrated as fuck. Been saying Cedric the Entertainer is overrated as fuck since King of Comedies in the 90s. You don't hold shit to my fucking man, Bernie Mac. Ice Cube, love you. I mean, you can get Billy D. Williams. Lando Calrissian, a mere $300. I mean, is Hollywood not dead? These are so pathetic, but who else? Who is like, I want to see somebody who's really blown it all. Like Sinbad. You can tell Sinbad is broke because he's only charging $65. I mean, you could tell who's really made some poor investments by how much they're charging you to shout them out on your birthday. You know what I mean?
Oh, man.
$65. I mean, Sinbad must be living in a tract home in Phoenix, Arizona right now.
Charlemagne the God you can get for $150.
Hey, what's up, man? It's Charlemagne the God, man. Fucking good looking out, man. Happy birthday. That's all I want to say is happy birthday. You know, maybe this is probably a net positive, this kind of decentralization of entertainment.
Yeah.
It's probably a net positive. And we're and look, you get Chip Chipperson, you can get Jim Norton's character for $69. I'll get it.
Nice.
This is a net positive, but it's just funny to see the old guard who's still around. I mean, these guys are, you know, I mean, they were famous in the 90s and the early 2000s, right? Gilbert Godfrey. So happy birthday to you and your mother's cunt. Yeah, it's crazy, right? So but this is the throes of the old guard kind of slipping into oblivion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 20 years from now, Billy D. Williams, like these so-called like celebrities. I mean, celebrity almost won't exist, I don't think. You know what I mean? Like it's just going to be fans, you know?
I'm wondering if comedians are like looking, or celebrities are looking at each other's prices and going, "Oh, I can undercut."
Oh, they absolutely are. I don't know how Nick the fucking Ginzo DiPaolo gets $130 for his shit, and when Doug Benson only gets 40. I mean, Doug Benson. I mean, and that's supposed to be a real comedian too. That's supposed to be a comedian with some integrity. But that's what desperation does, dude. Bob Saget, you don't need any more money.
Gary Busey, I would pay.
$350. I wouldn't.
No,
I would not.
he wouldn't even wish you a happy birthday.
Gary Busey tipped me no money when I served him at Nobu. My first year in LA, I was a waiter at Nobu. I got no money from Gary Busey, and he ordered like, dude, it looked like a 5-year-old ordering. I worked at Nobu, a high-end sushi restaurant, and he was like, "Do you have any French fries?" I was like, "Do you want me to get you like a chocolate sundae too? You fucking psychopath." But I was like, I didn't care though because it's Gary Busey. I was like, props. Like, you're a fucking legend. You know what I mean? You're a psycho. Whatever. So look, man, that's we're gonna wrap up soon, but you know, that's what it is, man. Fucking shouts out. We're gonna fucking make this thing work. We're gonna make this podcast happen. I love you all. Follow us on all platforms, please, guys. Follow me on Instagram at Mr. Johnny Mitchell. If you have something you want to say, just DM me. If you have something you want me to touch on when it comes to these politics that we chat about, let me know. Yeah, and then I think we're gonna start having guests on too. We're gonna have we're gonna really start to get into it. So just hear from us, engage with us. Stephen Kramer Glickman, you're not a celebrity. That's hilarious. That Ben Glebe is a celebrity. Hilarious. You think you're a celebrity? I mean, the fucking fat idiot that was on Nickelodeon, that fucking clout chasing weasel, Stephen Kramer Glickman. You suck my dick, you fucking hack. I love it. The Comedy Store is imploding. The Comedy Store is imploding. I was just up there Saturday night doing Sam Tripoli's podcast.
Yeah.
Sam Tripoli is now the biggest comedian at the Comedy Store. I love it. I love it. Everybody's leaving. All you fucking idiots that want to follow Joe Rogan to Texas, continue to do so. Please. Please. Because you know what happens after every war? There's one man still standing, and he takes the spoils. And that's going to be your fucking boy, dude. Goodbye, folks.